Good day everyone. My name is Shalini Suntam. I am working as a lecturer in Botha University. So in this session, we are going to discuss the concept inheritance. So welcome to the concept inheritance. First, let me explain what is inheritance and what is the use of inheritance. As you know, in general sense, inheritance means inheriting or getting the some characteristics that are already available or already present. Like kids, I mean the children inherit some genes, some characteristics from their parents. In the same way, we have a concept called inheritance in C++ programming, where a certain class can inherit the properties of an existing class, so that we need not write the whole class again. So we can just make use of the existing class by inheriting the characteristics of the class. So how can we do the inheritance property in C++ programming? As you know, in C++, it is object oriented programming. So the main concept is class. And you know, a class is a grouping of data members and member functions together. So whenever we write some data members and member functions in a certain class, there may be a necessity in the same program that those member data and member functions should be used by another class also, along with some additional member functions too. So this is where the concept of inheritance will come to the help. And let me show you how we should generally write an inheritance in the syntax format. And first, let me tell you, there are many types of inheritance that are available. So as you can see on the screen, the first type of inheritance is single level, then multi-level, multiple, hierarchical, and hybrid inheritance. So first, let me tell you the single level inheritance, that is, which is the basic. Just hold on, please. So this, let me write the syntax. Let us suppose you have a class A and you have some certain properties for class A, and we have a class B also in the same program, where this class B also requires the same characteristics that are already existing in class A. So the main advantage of C++ programming is we should reduce the coding of the program. We should reduce the number of lines that we write in the program. So this is the inheritance concept is used here. What do you do now is you write the class B and you inherit the properties of class A by putting a semicolon and you first specify the access specifier. You specify the access specifier public, and then you write class A. First, let me show you. Let us suppose there is a class A and there is also a class B. So now this class B is known as derived class, and the class A is known as base class. As A is the main class which has all the characteristics already available, and B is the class which is deriving the characteristics of A. So B is known as derived class and A is known as the base class. And now this is how you write in the C++ program a base class and a derived class. So class A is a base class and class B is a derived class. So how are you connecting class B and A? By the column, and we are mentioning the class A as public and we mention the base class name. Here we have written public. What does that mean? It means that all the public and protected characteristics of class A will be inherited to class B. And you must note that the private characteristics or the data members that are declared under private in class A cannot be accessed by class B. So we have written class B so that we have written public so that it can access the it can access the public and protected members of class A. So this is called a single level inheritance, where there is only one base class present and one derived class present. And now I will show you what is a multi-level inheritance. So in multi-level inheritance, there may be multiple levels of inheritance like this. So here in this program, let us say there are three classes A, B and C, and A is the base class and B is derived class and C is also a derived class. Here B inherits the characteristics of all the class A, and C inherits the characteristics of all A and B, as B is the base class for C and A is the base class for B. B is child class for A and C is the child class for B. So the inheritance where we have multiple classes in an order is known as multi-level inheritance. Now let me show you the next one, that is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance is the inheritance where you have multiple base classes. So here we have class A and class B and class C. So here A, B both are base classes and C is the derived class. The class C will derive its characteristics from both class A and class B. So where A and B will become the base classes and C will be the derived class. So this is known as multiple inheritance where you have multiple base classes. And then we have the hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance, here we have only one base class, but from one base class you can have multiple derived classes. So like this. So A is the only base class, whereas B, C, D all are derived classes. So this is known as hierarchical inheritance, and there is one more inheritance called hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance is nothing but a combination of two or more inheritances like multiple and single, multi-level and hierarchical and so on. So this is one more type of inheritance. So based on the requirement of our program, we will use the type of inheritance that is required by our program. So now first let me show you a small example for the single level inheritance, how the inheritance will work and how we write the classes in a program. So let me open the compiler first. So here is our compiler. Let me close the switch program. Open a new editor window. So I am going to write the program. So first let me start writing with the header files. Hash include iostream.h. Write the program first and don't make any mistakes while writing the program, as it may give errors. And hash include conio.h. So now I am starting to write a program. In this program, what I am intend to do is, I want a class integer where I will read an integer value and I want to increment the value and decrement the value and want to display the output. And this increment and decrement I want to place it in separate classes. So let us see how it can be done. So first take a class integer. Class integer is done. Now declare a variable. So x, okay, let me say n. So n is my integer. So that is done. And you should not forget that all the data members should be declared under protected, so that the child class or the derived class can get access to this data members in the base class. So protected terminated by a semicolon, and we have declared the variable int n. And now I write the member functions, and you must know that member functions should be always written under public. So it's a good usage. So public void get. I am trying to get the value for the integer, and void display. I want to display the value that I have read, and void increment. I want to increment the value and display it. So I am done with writing the class. I am terminating the class by closing it with a bracket and semicolon. Now I have defined the functions. Now I have declared the functions. Now I will define the functions. So let me define the function by writing void class name, that is integer, and operator says scope resolution operator, and the function name, that is get. So let me write the code inside the function. Cout enter an integer value C in n. So we have taken a value for the variable n. So just close the function. let me write void integer and display. Cout n. I am displaying the value that we have read through in the variable n. So that is done. I terminated the function. The other function is void increment. So here I am writing, I am incrementing the value of n variable. So n plus plus. Okay. So now we are done with defining the functions. Now I need one more class. Actually what I want to do is I need a class with all these characteristics. Along with this I want to decrement the variable also. So I am defining a new class d underscore. Okay, let me write class integer underscore d. So I want to decrement the variable, so I just named it integer underscore d. So class integer underscore d, and this class will inherit the properties of class integer. So I will write the class as public. I will specify the access specifier as public and write the class name as integer. So now here I will specify the member function under public void decrement. So we are done with the class. Now I am going to define the member function decrement. So void class name integer underscore d and decrement. N minus minus, I have decremented the variable value. Then we close the function. So now we are done with both the classes. Now let us write the main program. Int main void. We write the clear screen function. And now what is the main part of your C++ programming? That is creating objects. Now I am going to create an object for the class integer underscore d, and I am going to use the member functions that are declared in the class integer. So let us see how we can do it. So I am declaring the object integer underscore d a. So here a is the object for the class integer underscore d. Now I am going to access the member functions of class integer. So a dot get. So get is the function that we have defined under the class integer. So a dot get, and now I am going to increment the value. I'm increment. So let us display the value. Incremented value is. Just use the backslash n and a dot display. As display function holds the output statement to display the value. So a dot display. Now I am decrementing the value. So a dot decrement. Terminate all the statements with a semicolon, and now I print the statement cout decremented value is a dot decrement. So now we are done writing all the necessary things available. So now I terminate the program by writing get.ch, and we write the return statement, return 0, and you close the program. Okay. Now we are done writing the program. So let us compile the program. Okay, the program is free from errors. So just run the program. Enter an integer value. So let us say our integer value is 5. Okay. See, incremented value is 6 and decremented value. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, we have forgotten to write the display statement. Once we are decrementing the value, the decremented value will be available in the variable, so we need to display it. So just write the display statement here. Okay, now let us compile the program again. So the value is 5. Okay, run it again. See, incremented value is 5, and after the incrementation value, from that value the value will be decremented one value. So decremented value is 5 again. So this is how we can inherit the properties of one class into another class. And in this program, as we have only two classes, class integer and class integer underscore d, this comes under single level inheritance. And you can see that the class integer underscore d, it doesn't have the member function get and display, but though it have used the functions that are declared in class integer, because of the property of inheritance, it has inherited all the characteristics of class integer. So this is how we can use the inheritance property in all the C++ programs based on your requirement. So based on this, we can construct all the other programs for multiple hybrid hierarchical inheritances also. So this is the importance of inheritance concept that is available in C++ programming. So thank you for watching for the video. Thank you so much.